good? It's your boy Vaughn. If you're watching this video right now, thank you. Thanks for stopping by and chopping it up with me for a few minutes. Last night, the Warriors took out the Thunder 127 to 116. And as I said on my last video, I think the intensity, I think the play, the effort will be much higher for this game because it has meaning to it. Not saying the Cleveland game had no meaning or value to it, but the Cleveland game, like I said, it wasn't a primetime game. It was the middle of a road trip, and sometimes that just happens. They ended this road trip 2-1, which is huge. Like I said, they could have came back 0-3. You play Boston, Cleveland, and Oklahoma City. That is definitely a gauntlet on the road, but they proved themselves to be durable on this road trip. Steph Curry led the way last night, 36 points. Chef, I feel like he had a little get back on his plate. Last year, Shai took him out. And he dropped some bars after the game in the caption on IG. So, everybody has a memory when you're an athlete, especially if you feel like somebody got the better of you the last time you played them. So you kind of got that game or that player circled on your calendar, whether you admit it or not. But where do I start off with this Warriors team? First of all, very impressed by the overall camaraderie of this team. Curry is the leader on this team. So they are taking his identity. And what is his identity? He's a selfless player who has fun with the game. And if you look at this team, you can see that's exactly what it is. Selfless. First, I will go over that point because they're sharing the ball. Everybody is moving the pill around, which is resulting in everybody, kind of staying in a rhythm. And then having fun with it. You see them before the game doing the volleyball thing, just doing, foolishness and nonsense before the game. But he's having fun, and you can see this team is having fun as well. I feel like this team also has no ego. Once again, following the leader of the team, I don't think he has a big ego as far as, your common superstar. But the ego thing, I feel like that was kind of the elephant in the room with Klay Thompson, last year. Klay, he's not a very vocal guy. You just can't bench Klay Thompson because he's too big of an identity. You know what I'm saying? He's too big of a name, I should say, for, better terms. He's too big of a name to just bench. So last night, they got out to a big lead, and the Thunder, they come storming back, of course, because no lead is safe in the NBA these days. If you're up 30, 40, you can almost guarantee the other team is coming back, bro. I don't know what it is, but this is very common in today's game. Last night, I feel like you would have seen Klay closing that game out, which would have resulted, and I think, in them coming all the way back. I've been saying this for a while. You need young guys. This is a young man's game. You need horses out there that can go, bro. And that's one of the things you see on this team as well. They have multiple guys that are athletic, make things happen offensively and defensively. Starting on the defensive side, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, we all know what he is about. We all know that he gets to the bag. We all know his game. We know his body of work. They have multiple guys that you can put on them to, what I'm saying? Obviously, you're not going to lock the guy up because he's a superstar, but you want to try to frustrate him and give him as many looks as possible throughout the span of the game. And I feel like they can do that a lot, and with a lot of other players that are going to play as well this year. I mentioned it with the Celtics. When they play Tatum, you can put two or three guys on Tatum that can at least make him work for his buckets. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a free for all. That's the same thing you've seen last night with Shea. They had like three or four people they could put on him to bother him, to at least make him work for his money. Golden State, they did well on defense. They got up big in that game, kind of let their foot off the gas towards the end. Like I said, no lead is safe. And obviously, they didn't have Chet for the, course of the game. I think he went down in the first quarter. I think they said he got a fractured hip. So, prayers up to him. Speedy recovery. Hate to see anybody get hurt because it is just a game at the end of the day. But that definitely affected the game. Why? Because you don't have a 7-foot giant down there that's contesting everything at the rim. So the Warriors were able to get a lot of paint touches. They were able to finish at the rim, which results in you getting way more open shots on the perimeter as well. So Warriors take care of business. Key points that I liked that I said earlier. I like the chemistry of this team. I like how they're selfless. I like how there's no ego, no identity on this team. And then I just like how guys are competing. If you haven't yet, like, comment, subscribe, share. Peace.